That was incredible, wasn't it? Let's give her another clap. And so before Queen Elizabeth's coronation, she asked her mom over to the side. She said, "Mom, when will I be queen? And when will I be Elizabeth?" And her mom said, "My girl, that's a question you're going to ask yourself every day of your life. When will you be queen and when will you be Elizabeth?" And we honor her 70 years and her trailblazing, as it's so evident she was able to balance all of those things. But for our purpose today, the question is, who are you in your I am consciousness? Are you the person, the psychology, the stories, as Greg Lavoie talked about last week, or are you exemplifying the Christ consciousness? Are you an individual that you are in the world but not of the world? And that is what the master teacher told us, is to be in the world, but not of the world. In other words, draw from something greater than yourself. Are we the kind of people? Probably not, because we made it this far to unity, which means that most of us are rebels. Just accept it, right? And we're genuinely and generally not conforming people. Am I correct? We're not ones that fit in the box. But every now and then, when conditions of the world change, when external things call forth, when you have something with your health or your family or your teenage children or whatever it may be, that is the time to ask yourself the question, who am I? Am I grounded in a Christ consciousness and living and moving and have my being in that? Or am I joining the ways and the statistics of the world? I don't know about you. I've never really wanted to be a statistic. How boring. Right? How boring. My teacher taught me from day one, you don't want to be the best of the worst and the worst of the best. I realized that because I'm speaking the next 2 weeks, that like, whoa, what a concept. Then I wanted to talk about something that really feeds my soul, and that's the 4 agreements. Because they are the kind of ancient teaching that never ages, and there's always some value and some wisdom in there somewhere. And we really thank Don Miguel Ruiz for this teaching. So today we're talking about our impeccable word. I don't know who's wanting to download through me, but they can just quit it right now. Okay, I am a Southern-speaking bilingual human being. English and Southern, leave me alone. Okay, we cleared that, okay? So that being said, so it's impeccable word today, and don't take things personal. You probably don't even need that last one, but we'll do it for your family. How about that? And so that being said, when we look at the word impeccable, speak the truth. Speak the truth. Be in harmony with the law of your life. Be clear. Walk away. Leave things here. No gossip, no criticizing. Have a saying. One of mine is, if I say it about you, I must say it to you. And that just clears a whole lot of stuff right there. If I say it about you, I must say it to you. It might take me a while, but it's important to live in that impeccable living and energy and vibration. Very, very important. I love being around children because by far they got it down. I mean, they are impeccable, right? There's a story of a little girl who's in first grade, and she goes to spend the night with one of her friends. And so the mom of the little girl says, "Come on to dinner, and honey, do you like buttered broccoli?" And the little girl said, "Well, I love it. I love buttered broccoli." So they sit down and they start passing the food around, and the little girl that's the guest, they offer her the broccoli, and she goes, "Oh no, I don't want any." So the host said, "I don't understand. You said you love buttered broccoli." And she said, "Well, I do love it. I just don't like to eat it." And I think sometimes that's very helpful as a Unity student. You can love a lot of things. Actually, you can love the vibration of everything. But you don't have to eat it all. And you don't have to invite it to live with you. You don't have to marry it, right? And you don't have to bring it in, and you don't have to digest it in a way that it becomes part of your consciousness. And that is often the confusion about unity, is like, more kumbaya and more la-la. No, we're very minded of who we are in our consciousness and the light and the vibrancy and the teaching no division in our world. As we said during the beautiful World Day of Prayer that Reverend Kathy led, if the world is round, why take sides? If the world is round, why take sides? Say that with me. The world is round, why take sides? And we are required with that impeccable word. Impeccable also is when someone calls you, someone comes to you, when there is a person that is requiring, seeking, you're being the healing words for them at the time. And in that moment, you may be in your personality psychology, but you step away from that and you enter into a place of absolutely impeccable truth. I see you in your wholeness. I see you as a bright light. I see you as that your condition is passing even as we are speaking. I hold the truth for you that vibration with you is brand new right now. And that is the ability of holding the space for someone. Are you with me? Does this work for you if I talk about? Okay, just checking in. I got a little bit. But that is the part of that. And that is what we're required to do as unity students, is to give people a different door, a different direction, a different consciousness, that they can stand in a space with you and you can hold that you are a healer and that you have that healing vibration based upon what you say and how you say it in that moment. You might be the very nature that brings them to a whole new level. As the teachers of the Fillmores and the same teacher of Ernest Holmes and McCurtis Hopkins would say, a great mystic, never is a sick person coming to me that is sick, that needs to be seen, but a whole person is coming before me to be recognized. And that, to me, is our space. With our children, with our grandchildren, with our friends, with our community, with our spiritual community, is that we are here to see the wholeness and to recognize that even though the appearances may say something entirely different, but with our impeccable word, we hold that greater truth. Yes? When we are doing the work with people, one of the things that has helped me in my life that I remember is that when I am working with a group or an individual, is that I am a caregiver. I am not a caretaker. Everybody breathe. I am a caregiver. I am not a caretaker. Yeah, we can say it out loud. I mean, I am a caregiver, not a caretaker. Because when we think about the I am and the power of our words, that applies to everything. The universe doesn't go, oh, she was just kidding about that. Don't count that. Oh, Margaret didn't mean that. Oh no, Tom, no, that's not really what he meant. The universe takes all data because it's a law. And so when we say words like, well, I'm taking care of this person. Oh, help them. I'm praying for them already. We're not caretakers. Why? Because a caretaker takes on other people's stuff. You take it on. You take it into your being. It becomes part of your essence, your responsibility. You take it on. I'm not talking about a conversation about being compassionate and caring. You can approach someone and be very loving and be very kind, but you don't take on their stuff. You don't take on what they're going through and bring it in. There's nothing more complex than the martyrs on the planet that are just, they're busy and they're just helping all these people out and they're just taking care of everything. Are you kidding me? You know, the tens of thousands and the millions of people that a lot of these enlightened beings held the energy for. Do you ever see them complaining or tired, or in scripture, they were just worn out? You know, they were just so busy. They don't know how they did it, you know. Can you imagine if somebody went up to Jesus and said, "Can you please heal me?" And he goes, "I'm just give out. I've just taken on everybody's ailments. I don't have anything left." So we're not caretakers, we're caregivers. And when you make that distinction in your life, your energy changes, your life changes, because you're just giving the spirit of energy. You're giving the spirit of prayer. You're giving the spirit of knowing. You're giving the spirit of expectation. And it's out here. You don't bring it in here, but you bring it out there. Yea, ye are the light of the world. And you're bringing that harmony and that love like it told us in the daily word. Wow. A different way of holding our energetic space. Yes? Yes. And so there was George Brudick was a Harvard chaplain. And he said that people would come to him often, the students, and they would say, "You know, I don't believe in God." And he would say, "Come and sit down with me and tell me about the God that you don't believe in. Because more than likely, I don't believe in that God either." And when it comes to a life of taking things personal, unless an individual has developed a clear understanding of the personal relationship with the divine who created them, there will always be an issue of taking and projecting personal things onto others. That was long. I might have to listen to that on the recording. Unless you have made peace with, integrated with your life, that you are a true individuation, original idea of the divine, there will be the tendency, unless we are grounded in that, to take people and situations personal. Would you chew on that this week, please? All right? Chew on that this week, because if you are walking your clear path ordained by the universe, following your own intuition, people do a whole lot of projecting. Are you kidding me? You know, the new thing is that there's tones in text messaging and on the email. Are you kidding me? Really? Well, when he wrote that email, I mean, I don't know. He just seemed upset with me. I went, "Oh, he has a talking email? Oh, no, but it sounded like, oh, you heard it." No. All projecting, you see. You know, it's like the man that goes to work and he's late and the boss is tired of him and he fires him. And he goes home and the car breaks down. So he gets a ride home, gets to the house is burning. And he just stands in the driveway and goes, "What the heck? You know, God, who are you?" And the skies part, and God said, "I don't know about you. I don't know, Jim. There's just something about you that I've just never cared for." Right? And so there's that space of not taking things personal, because if you make it about you, it will be. If you bring it into your life and you entertain it and you talk about it, it already has power over you. You know, it's called "thank you for sharing." And because we are the nonconformist, people have the tendency and want to give us information and data and tell us how to be and how to do. Why? It doesn't have anything to do with us. We're a threat to them, that belief system, because we are nonconformist. And so we learn to work in this energy of, who am I going to be now? Who am I going to be in my freedom and in my way of being? When I was 15, I would just started driving, and God helped people for many years. That's a different talk for a different Sunday. But I had just learned to drive, and I had a bunch of friends on the basketball team and softball, and one of them was getting married, and she was black. And so I was all excited because I was so honored because she invited me to come to her wedding. And myself and this other Caucasian, we were the only guests of her team. There were several hundred people that were coming, and she invited us. And I was so happy that, that she cared, because keep in mind, we were doing integrating in the 70s, early 70s. And so it was a big deal. And so I'm all set to go, and I'm all excited. Well, Grandmother Lois invites me over. And she goes, "Now, Temple Ann," I always knew I was in trouble if they said that. You're not able to go to that wedding." "Why?" "Well, because people are going to talk about you. And you can't go." And this was the same grandmother that told me I wasn't going to go to heaven, by the way, because I was gay. So I was already giving her a lot of stretch marks, you understand? I mean, make her day. But she said, "You just can't go." And I'm thinking, here we are, and we are claiming at that particular time in the South to be Christians and be loving and be kind. I had a nanny, we had helpers, they were all people of color, and she's telling me I can't go. Well, who was she talking to? She wasn't talking to me, she was talking to the fear of herself. Because I went to that wedding. And this is the part to take into your heart, because sometimes people do have wisdom, and we're grateful for that. Sometimes people give us ideas, and it's very helpful. Other times not. A woman goes to the doctor, and she says, "I need to talk to you about my husband, because he has rage, and he gets really mad." And she said, "And I don't know what to do. It's starting to really concern me." And the doctor said, "Well, here's what you do. The next time he gets angry, take a glass of water, put it in your mouth, and just start swishing. Just keep swishing, swishing, swishing until he calms down." So 2 weeks later, she goes to see the doctor, and she said, "This is amazing. It really worked. What does my swishing have to do with helping him with his anger?" He said, "Oh, swishing the water doesn't have anything to do with it. You were just quiet, so, it helped him calm down, All right? And so it's when we do have things going on around us, that's why we use terminology that says peace begins with me. If somebody's upset, you calm down, they calm down. If children are yelling, you calm down, they calm down. It fascinates me walking the dogs. I hear Kathy sometime on the phone walking hers. And if the dogs start barking, a lot of times their owners start barking with them. Have you ever noticed that? Quit, stop, everybody's barking versus the calm presence. So it's a great practice, to not take things personal. Paul Harvey, many of you remember him, told a story. If you don't, I'm happy for you. But told a story about how they were training a chimpanzee, these scientists, to be able to write. And so they had been doing it for a couple of years, and they were so excited about that. And they brought in the scientists. It was a special day, and they couldn't wait to see what the chimpanzee was gonna write, and they were all just hanging in there. And all of a sudden, the chimpanzee turns the sign around, and it says, "Let me out." Well, there's a part of us as spiritual beings, there's a part of us as Unity and New Thought and Science of Mind students, there's a part of us that is this energy it has our name, is pulling us, it's calling us, because there's parts of us that are yet to unfold and manifest and bring forth. And we want to do a check-in often. Am I into my personality and my psychology and my story and what my parents did and what I used to do? Is that where I stay? Or am I over here? Am I stepping into what is possible in the divine? What does the universe want to clearly express through me as an energetic presence? May I be kind. May I make the world a better place simply because I lived in it and speak the impeccable for our planet and for our world. That would be the truth of our being. Thank you for coming today. Bless you.
Always an inspiration. Thank you. You can't go wrong with the 4 agreements, I gotta say. And you are the example of the 4 agreements, and I'm most grateful that you're going to be teaching them also next week. Love it. All right, well, this is the time in our service where we take up our tithes and offerings, and I'm going to call the ushers forward. And as we take our tithes in our hands, and again, there's different ways to give. So those of you online, you can go, and even those of you here, you can go online to unitysb.org or Givelify. We also take credit cards out here, so there's many ways to give. Aren't we lucky? We are lucky. All right, so we just take a moment. I'm going to ask you to just take your gifts in your hands. And if you're going to be giving online, just imagine that your gift is in your hands. Take a moment and remember a time when you felt so prosperous. Everything was working in your favor. You had everything you needed. And now just insert that blessing into your gift. And I ask, dear God, that you not only bless the gifts here today, I ask that you bless each of the givers. And so with that, let us say our unity blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I share. And so it is. Amen.
Today must be the most beautiful day I ever lived. Waves are coming in, but I am sitting still. There is nothing I want for. I got everything that I need. So my conclusion is, it's the most beautiful day that I ever lived. The special morning is the most beautiful morning I've seen. Woke up in the sunshine, made myself a cup of tea. Grandpa kissed my forehead, grateful for another day. Such simple harmony to me is the universe's way. Today must be the most beautiful day I ever lived. Waves are coming in, but I am sitting still. There is nothing I want for. I got everything that I need. So my conclusion is, it's the most beautiful day that I ever lived. Next time I'll take a walk, feeling all that I am, flowing with the rivers of life, trusting every woman, boy, girl, or man. 'Cause I'm the flowers, I am the sun, I am everything that you see.
Wow, what a wonderful morning. And again, amazing things are happening here, including you in this special rendition of this piece. So thank you so much. Next weekend, I got the mic falling on me. Next weekend, our music team will be doing a workshop with Wanda Nero Butler, who's from Florida. She's from First Unity, which is Reverend Temple's prior Unity community. So she will be here doing a workshop. If you're on the music team, be sure to be present for that. We have important events next Sunday, including a membership meeting at 11:30. This is a biannual meeting, at least this year it is. There was one 6 months ago, and at this next meeting, next Sunday at 11:30, we will be approving and reviewing the 6-month budget from October to March. So please be sure to be there if you are a member. We will also be hosting a celebration concert with Wanda Nero Butler and the Unity Singers next Sunday, October 2nd at 6:30 p.m. So please be sure to be present. Absolutely. And on October 5th, we are launching a new event series called the Vibrant Life Series. The first speaker is the internationally renowned Ronaldo Brutico on the power of purpose. Now, he has actually collaborated with some incredibly unique individuals in modern world history, including Mother Teresa, Mikhail Gorbachev, all kinds of financiers and philanthropists. Just, you wouldn't believe the things he's done. I've gotten to know him over the years, and my jaw drops when I hear about the list of things he's done. So October 5th at 7 p.m., The Power of Purpose. Please be here. You'll be hearing a lot more about that in our newsletter as well. I'd like to, again, share about Reverend Kathy's new program called Gourmets for God. This is her brainchild to bring here to Unity of Santa Barbara from CSL Seattle, modeled after a Gourmets for God program that they did. The way this is going to work is that if you would like to host a dinner at your home, or a smoothie party, or some kind of food event, cocktails, smoothies, dinners, lunches, you can sign up at the welcome table out here. Once you sign up to be a host, people will be able to actually bid on their seat at your party. So it serves as a great experience in community building, meeting like-minded people, but it's also a fundraiser for our great spiritual community center here. So please, Reverend Kathy will be at the welcome table. You can consult with her to learn more about this great program, which will be launching in Q4. So please sign up if you're interested in being a host.
How many hosts would you like to have?
We're looking for at least 20 hosts. We're right around 10 right now. So if you can get us to that mark, that would be just awesome. And I believe we will be there. Absolutely, absolutely. How often can one host? See Kathy. She'll be at the welcome table. Yeah, absolutely. Wings Bookstore and Gift Shop is open today and during the week, Tuesdays through Thursdays, 11 to 3. We have many books. We always have new books coming in and gifts, jewelry, all kinds of exciting products. So please come visit our gift shop and Wings Bookstore today and during the week. Friendship Sunday, which was launched last month. I'm sorry, it was this month. Just a couple weeks ago. The next Friendship Sunday will be on October 9th. It's on the second Sunday of every month. And if you would like to participate as a vendor and sell goods and services, or if you have some sort of a social service that you provide, please sign up at the welcome table. I'd like to actually thank both Peggy Haskell and Carol Lazar for helping to organize the vendor tables for that very special event every month. I'd like to thank our new lead usher, Patricia Folk. Is Patricia in the room right now? She's not in the room. She's probably helping out in the kitchen like she always graciously does. I'd like to also thank our lead snack angel, who's also new, Memory Tracy. If you're here, are you here in the room, Memory? Oh, there they are, right in the back. Please welcome them. Lead snack angel, Patricia Folk, and Carol Lazar, who's our new organizer of vendor tables. Again, at the Fountain Courtyard, I'm almost finished here. At the Fountain Courtyard, we have a large prayer team that responds to all prayer requests. The Fountain Courtyard is out these doors, and To your right, there is a prayer chaplain with Dr. Jim Quacco, who's standing up and raising his hand in the back. We all love Dr. Jim. If you'd like to honor a pet, person, place, or life event with a flower dedication, please contact Peggy at unitysb.org. We all know her by now, standing in the back. We love Peggy. Reverend Michelle is teaching a metaphysical spiritual experience course. I'd like to invite her to the stage just for a moment to share more about that.
Thank you, Forrest. The metaphysical spiritual experience is an opportunity to do as Reverend Temple was talking about, to stand into the truth of who and what you believe you are by going beyond words, by going beyond thought. We're doing all sorts of ways of opening ourselves up to being the living expression of prayer and meditation. The last couple of weeks, we've been doing this through the practice of forgiveness. And we've been looking particularly and letting in the Hawaiian practice of ho'oponopono. And in that space that we created, something new emerged, and something new sometimes, being with that, can be a little bit messy. And so this coming Thursday, everyone is invited to come in and be maybe a little bit messy, have a feeling, not be looking the way you like to look, have something on your mind, be you just as you are. Something that's expanded for the class, the group itself in this space, is at the very end, a member of the class brought what she thought was a song of ho'oponopono that I've turned into a chant. And we chant ho'oponopono, and the vibration of this is healing not only Santa Barbara, but it's reaching out to the world. And I want to invite everyone from 10 to noon on Thursdays to come join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Michelle. And lastly, if you'd like to visit Unity, your spiritual community center, during the week, our office is open from 11 to 3, from Tuesdays to Thursdays. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Forrest. Let's all stand. I wanted to share with you that the dogs that are to be adopted today, they come in pairs. So you get 2 for 1, right? And there's one lady out there that she says, if someone adopts these 2, I will be their pet sitter. I'm welcome. So there you go. But whatever, please go and make them feel welcome. This is very exciting for us. And make the community, include them and say hello, okay? All right, and so before we do our peace song, I would like you to just join hands, connect in whatever way you feel comfortable, and let us realize that we have had Fiona do what she's done throughout Puerto Rico and Canada. We have now Ian that wants to go to Florida and needs to go back to the nothingness from whence it came. Yes? And so just as you're closing your outer eyes, let us affirm with our impeccable word that there is truth that is greater than any condition. And let us see the outreach and the outpour for those who have lost their home and had the experience of a storm. Let us bring in that love and compassion and seeing teams and ideas and creativity and the giving of nature immerse and bring into their awareness a change of love and compassion and honoring. And we bless also this hurricane that wants to get attention. And we lessen this attentiveness by knowing that we send it back to where it came from. And we just join together with all of our brothers and sisters and our sentient beings. For this is what we do. We bring prayer of knowing a greater truth about what is. And we bless Ukraine. And we bless Russia. We often are mindful that there's more prayer called forth what appears to be against us. And so we join in the collective in prayer, knowing the truth. Thank you, precious Spirit, for blessing us and for blessing them. And so it is.
And together now, let us sing our peace song. Let us now say the prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen.